Well, hey, and welcome to another episode of Beatle Dustino coming at you again today with yet another video. I haven't done that with my hands in a while. I used to do that all the time. But anyways, coming at you with another video. We just want to, I got to talk today, as everybody's probably expecting on this channel might be, even though I've been telling everybody I didn't get it, that we were going to be seeing something about the Beatles US albums 1964 in mono. I don't know. I might have it something like that. The Beatles 1964 US albums in mono. I think there we go. There we go. I got it. So we had the individual releases and the box set release yesterday. Unfortunately, I don't have any yet. I have only ordered the Target exclusive Meet the Beatles on the blue vinyl. I'm going to just take the gamble. I usually pre-record stuff, as I think you've figured out on my channel too. So this is about a week early. So yeah, I don't have it yet. I'm guessing Target is not going to be on the ball and getting that shipped out. And I could probably run to my local Target and maybe there's one on the shelf, but I don't want to go mess with people. I like it just delivered to my door. But anyways, let's get more into this after the intro. And yes, Alex from Beer and Vinyl, if you're tuning in wondering how is this a video for my contest, because this is going to be a contest entry also for the vinyl community. I kind of wanted to do this tied in with two because his contest is running. Right now it's celebrating his 1 year on YouTube, and he wants us to do our favorite year in music. And well, I was planning to do a video talking about 1964, and how can this not be one of my favorite years in music when my favorite band blew up in this year in 1964, and this box set that's coming out that I was planning to talk about anyway is specifically centered around 1964. So we're going to show the albums in that. So what I show here, Alex, is my entry into your contest. And seeing as we're doing this for Beer and Vinyl for Alex there, we got to pour a beer and enjoy a beer while we talk about these records. Every now and then I do, not often. I think I've done an entry or two into his contest. I don't know how old this thing is, but that IPA you were drinking there, Alex, looks so good. I had to have an IPA. So I got this Bale Breaker Brewing Company out of Washington. I think they're right there where they brew all or grow all the hops, right kind of in that valley there. And my cousin brought this for me. She lives out in Washington in the not Spokane, more Seattle area. Oh, that's a beautiful head on that. Oh, that. You know, anybody that thinks you shouldn't have a head on your beer is completely wrong, especially a good aromatic type beer like an IPA. With smelling those hops and getting that, you're not going to smell that if you don't got a head on there like that. But just absolutely beautiful. I got it in my Junkyard Brewing. I don't know why I always think Bemidji. Junkyard Brewing out of Moorhead, Minnesota, also now in West Fargo, North Dakota. They got a spot there too. Really great brewery. If you ever get in this area, go check them out. They're an amazing brewery. Probably out of the 200 plus breweries I've been to, probably still my favorite. But anyways, as I'm drinking one of their not beers out of this. Still good. Good IPA, just always hits the spot. But anyways, let's get on with this. And yeah, I was kind of thinking on talking about that box, kind of reasons why I wasn't going to get it. I'm not ruling it out that I'm not going to get it. Eventually I will. I got a feeling, and I'm taking a big gamble here, but I really do not think that price is going to stick. That $300 price tag, it's outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous. And that's why I'm not getting it. I love the fact they got them individually. You can get each album individually. Well, I've got each album individual, plus some extras that aren't in that. So let's kind of talk about those albums. But anyways, I'm not really going to show much, but just kind of the cover on them. And I'm going to start with the album that started out here in the United States. I am going to talk about kind of North American releases in this too, though. But yeah, the first one that would have came out would be on the VJ label, introducing the Beatles. And unfortunately, I don't have a mono copy, so you're seeing a stereo one. I was trying to keep it as mono specific, being as the box set is in mono, as I could. But anyways, this would have came out on January 10th of 1964. Not long after, we got the next one, which would be on Capitol Records, as they dragged their feet. But they really didn't drag their feet that long. But we got Meet the Beatles would be the next one out there. Literally 10 days later, on January 20th, 1964, So we got Meet the Beatles, and wow, did everything blow up then. And that's why I want to say this year is so specific. And I mean, so much focus on it. This is celebrating the 60th anniversary of it all. And that's why the box is out. And that's why I'm going to talk about this for this contest too. Because 1964, without them coming to the United States in 1964, and on top of that, what else they had going around there. In fact, this many albums came out in one country in that time, but they did have, 2 albums out already in there. So these are kind of, and plus all the singles, which in UK, they didn't break down or add on to the albums. This, in the US, they do add them on. Up next, we're going to kind of get out of the States and go North America and go to Canada. I'm also going to show this one. It came out in 1964. This is a Capitol Canada pressing, and kind of exclusive to Canada, this album. And it really is just a different track listing of Please Please Me. So it is still kind of Please Please Me, but it's still its own thing because the track listing is completely different. But it's Twist and Shout. This was released not long after Meet the Beatles, a few days after, a week or two, on February 3rd of 1964. So this is just crazy how quick these albums got released. But like I said, a lot of them were just based off of Please Please Me and With the Beatles. Canada actually beat everybody to market in North America. They had Beatlemania with the Beatles. I'll have a picture of it up there, which was just With the Beatles with a slightly different title and slightly different cover. But otherwise, the track list was exactly the same. I think they even used the straight UK mix, just got shipped over, was pressed in Canada, but the mix was exactly the same. Now, these US albums, of course, are mixed different. That's the big story on them, on why they're releasing this box right now. But, you know, if you got these originals, I'd rather have these in a way. I'm curious to see how the sound on these new ones does come out. So hearing some of the reviews, being that they are going direct from the analog masters, the original Capitol Masters on that. But then up next, we would have had the Beatles' second album, which is, as you can see, by far not the second album in North America by any means. But yeah, this one came out on April 10th of 1964. So we did get a little bit of a break there, a couple month stretch there. And I am missing one here, which would be kind of the next one. I think it was May 10th of 1964, another Canadian one. Looks very similar to the Beatles' second album cover, but it's Long Tall Sally, another kind of exclusive to Canada. And this caught my eye as I put that other album over there, so I gotta have another sip here. That's good. Anyways, up next, and now kind of 4 different record labels here when you got Capitol the US and Capitol Canada. You also got VJ, but you also got United Artists and their version of A Hard Day's Night, which be the next one up. This is also in that box. So far in that box, you do got Meet the Beatles, where are we at? Beatles' second album, and this one would be the third album in there. So 3 of the 6 in there, well, 7. I guess there are 7 albums in the box. But anyways, this would be kind of the next one there. And this is on United Artists. A little bit different than the UK A Hard Day's Night in the fact that it's only songs that were on in the film, plus the incidental music that George Martin had directed and orchestrated there. So that's also on here too. Let's see, and then not long after that one, did I say the date? No, I don't think I did. June 26th, 1964 was A Hard Day's Night. So not long after that, and funny enough, Capitol had to get their play into it with the Hard Day's Night stuff. So they got something new, even though it really isn't something new, because a lot of the songs that were on that, the Beatles songs, are also on this. So, and this was July 20th of 1964. This one came out. So this one would also be in that box. And yeah, I think I did find a mono. Yeah, that is a mono one there. This one I think is a stereo one. Yeah, but one of the only stereo ones I got that I haven't found a mono one yet. But anyways, Beatles 65 be kind of the next one up. Oh, I missed one. Is a Beatles Story, which is in the box. Should be in there. I don't have an LP version of it. I've turned that down so many times, and that's another reason why I don't want the box. Because if I've turned it down, even finding the vintage ones, which I really want to collect, why do I need to buy a reissue of it? I do have a copy of it in the Beatles US albums on the mini LP CD. I think that's a stereo version of it, but anyways, I've listened to it once, have no desire to listen to it again. I probably would get that LP and not ever listen to it either. So another reason why I don't think spending that money on the box is worth it. But anyways, Beatles 65 will be kind of the next one here. Beatles Story was out on November 23rd, 1964, so we're almost on the anniversary of that one. This one would be December 15th of 1964, even though it's called Beatles 65. I suppose, though, it was only about half of the month there, so I would say a lot of people probably did buy it in 65. Actually, the majority of it probably got purchased right away that first couple weeks for Christmas, so I suppose everybody bought Beatles 65 in 64, but I'd say quite a few of them got sold after 1964 there, and probably just as much, if not more, in 1965 as 1966 had, or 1964. Wow, I think I need another beer after that little slip up there, huh? Maybe that'll help me out. But anyways, there's my kind of piece on it. I kind of was doing the math again. Like I said, you get each of these individually for $30, basically, is what they're selling for in the States here. So that's $180. They're asking $300 for the box. Yes, there is another album in there that is a double album, but like I said, it's an album that nobody really wants. So I can still even see if they charge $40 for it. Let's say that, $40. I might even be generous and say $50, but I'm going to keep it at $40. So that brings us up to $220. We're still $80 off from what they're asking at $300. So really $80 for the box of Universal Music? Really? I don't want to blame the Beatles. I don't want to blame Capitol. Well, Capitol, yes, but I guess that's kind of part of it. But yeah, really, $80 for the box. I mean, generally, if you buy a set, like I'm thinking last year's big set that nobody wanted either, still sold great. I mean, we did love it, but whatever. I don't think this one's going to do as good as that one. But when the Red and the Blue album came out last year, you could get the two albums boxed together, which has been done in the past, but not often. And you get them boxed together, and it was like maybe $5 more. That makes sense. $5 to $10 more makes sense. There's no book with it, no anything like that. The only thing that's extra, like I said, is the Beatles Story album, which I don't think should add more than $30 to the total, $40, whatever. So what the deal is, I'm going to wait until the box drops in price, and I am really certain it is going to drop in price. And when it gets to the $200 range, I'm even going to give them a little leeway on that, because I don't think this box is worth more than, I'm going to say $230. I'm not going to even look at it at that. If I see it drop down to $230, I'm still waiting for $200. I think it's going to happen, and that's what I'm going to wait for, and then I'll buy the box. For right now, I'm happy with the Meet the Beatles on the colored vinyl. If this would have been a colored vinyl box, I might have a little different mindset on it. I might be going and getting it. But if this was a stereo box, too, and the Dave Dexter Jr. stereo mixes, I might have a little more thought on it, too, because to me, that's a more interesting... Yes, the mono does got the added reverb and stuff, but not to the extent of what the stereo stuff does. The stereo, when I listen to the Capitol albums, Volume 1 and 2 on the CDs, or listen to these vintage records that I've been trying to collect both the mono and the stereo on each one, when I listen to the stereo ones, I definitely hear more of a difference on that. So to me, that would have been a bigger, makes sense. I suppose mono, they try to push because the in mono box for the Beatles' main core catalog has such a big following nowadays. Maybe that's what they're thinking on this. This is going to blow up like that one did, but I don't know. I don't think so. The true audiophiles, crazies that go for that, that's the reason why they go for it, is because it sounds so good. This doesn't sound good with all the extra added reverb and that. So I don't see that aspect. Now, the one thing that I do give this, and I will give it some credit for, is they are selling it worldwide. It's not like a U.S. album or U.S. exclusive or anything. So they are selling it worldwide, and there are people in these other countries, parts of the world, that never got a chance to really collect these easily. I can find them pretty easily at my local record shops for $10 to $30. If they find them over there, it's hard to find. Like us here in the States, it's hard to find a UK pressing, especially the original ones. For them, it's hard to find these over there. And if they do, it's probably going to be pretty expensive. So I get that aspect of it. I do appreciate them celebrating the Beatles coming to the U.S. and everything else is coming out like next week. We got the documentary coming out, which I am very much looking forward to. It's going to be a really good day next week there. And I'm so looking forward to that. Between that and Record Store Day is always just fun to go talk to other record collectors. You know, the release that's coming out for the Beatles isn't that big. There's a cool Hendrix release I'm going to go pick up too, and Teddy Swims, I'm kind of getting into him. There's a cool looking one of his too. I have another sip here. So yeah, I'm going to go pick those up. So I'm really looking forward to that. And there's something else going on that day that's really big for me. So it's going to be a good day for me. And I'm really looking forward to it. Anyways, and to get back to this on the Alex, the beer and vinyl contest here, as I should have said at the beginning more, but it's your favorite year in music. Make a video or respond to his video. I'll have that all linked in the description below here. It's going all the way through the end of the year is basically what he said. I think he said January 5th, but he basically said New Year's Eve. So have your entry in by then. But if you got a channel, make a video. If you don't have a channel, go watch his video, respond to his with your answers there. What's your favorite year in music there, and some albums from it and why, you know, that is. I didn't really explain why that is. I showed albums from that year. I guess, yeah, for the Beatles, obviously I'm a huge Beatles fan. Without 1964 and them coming to America, I don't think they would be, to the United States, I should specifically say, I don't think that they would be what the Beatles are today. Yes, they'd still be big, but I don't think they'd be as big as if they didn't hit in the United States here. And so that's why I'm nominating that, because without 1964, there'd be no Beatles as we know them. So that is why I'm going to deem that my favorite year in music there. Ooh, and now I got the burps from the beer there. Maybe I'll drink another sip here. And it'll help out there. All right. Anyways, I'm going to get signing out. And before I do, though, once again, I do want to thank all my subscribers, and thanks to any new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and do hit the notification bell. Also, please give the video a like. It really does help out the channel and the video. And like I always say, if you've stuck around to this point, you must like it. So please give it a like and do leave a comment. I love having a discussion with everybody. Let me know your thoughts on the box. Did you get it? Did you get the individual albums? Did you just do like me and get the Meet the Beatles from Target with the cool colored vinyl? Hopefully I'll be showing that here soon on the channel. As I said, I really doubt it's coming in today, so, or going to be here for me to have the video out for today. And if it does, I guess it does, and I'll have another video out soon. You'll see. So, but anyways, I think that'll be later down the road. Next weekend too, do plan that I will have, I'm hoping to get up probably 2 in the morning. They'll drop it on Disney Plus there. I'll get up and watch the documentary, and I'll try to make a first impression kind of thoughts of it video right away. And I'll also be having a video for my Record Store Day finds and talking about that. Anyways, I got a busy weekend next weekend with everything else going on it too. But yeah, be looking for that next weekend for sure. I know we'll have that. And anyways, that should be good. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on everything here in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on what your favorite year in music is. Also, go check out Alex's channel, Beer and Vinyl, and leave a comment on his video. And also, if you got a channel, make your own submission for his contest there. But it's a $50 Amazon gift card, or gift card of your choice or something. So $50 gift card, basically. So if you enter the contest there and win, that would be what you would get. So, and yeah, goes through the end of the year. All right. I think I got everything covered. Wow, have a beer and I don't exactly think straight. I don't, everybody thinks I'm drinking anyways on most of my videos, so I think everybody thinks I don't think too straight anyway. So, so we'll just add some more beer to it right now. But anyways, I'm Beatles Stino saying cheers to everybody, and I'm signing out.